Hey folks, this is the legendary Gravekeepersven. What's poppin', people? What's poppin'? Talking about the weekend recap. I had an okay weekend as far as Yu-Gi-Oh goes. I managed to for about like $10, $10, and a few of my trades. I managed to get. Hold on, let me look at my deck here. Hold on a second. Let's see, let's find the damn thing. Notes here. Stop hiding that. Let me go find it real quick. Give me a sec, folks. Let's see that and this guy. There we go. For about $10 and a few of my extra trades, I managed to get these two. These two from the store. Mistworm. excuse me. Mistworm and Ultimate Plague Spreader Zombie. Also, let's see, managed to get another Dark Ruler Hades and a Paint Painter now. Yes. Hold on a second. Anyways, Paint Painter right here. Just to get him. For I had an extra plague, so I traded it for it. Cross. Anyways, I'd like to talk about hand traps and the underrated and very overlooked prospect of what do I call grave traps. Yes, grave traps. For those who specialize in um, bombs from the graveyard, I already know what I'm talking about. Plants have been kind of notorious for it, for having grave bombs, but not so much. But theirs is mainly to gain smaller synchros into bigger ones, mainly. The grave bombs I'm talking about are stuff like Necro Gardener, Phantom of Chaos Norealis combos, and zombies specialize in grave bombs. All of them do. The grave bombs are worse actually due to the fact that the conservative control player will wait until you burn yourself out and then they'll get you from the grave. And then all the monsters like i.e. grave bombs like Destiny Hero Malicious, Plague Spreader Zombie, Pain Painter, surprisingly, if you run pure zombie, Goblin Zombie, and anything that would resolve in grave. Also, hand traps such as Max C, which is really expensive now, Gores, Tragodia, and yes, Battle Fader. Those are hand trap perspectives because they manipulate you into doing the wrong decision, or they surprise you and you don't at a point where you don't want it. Excuse me. But yes, that's an underrated aspect. Underrated aspect. But hand traps are obvious. You can kind of see them coming to a certain degree. But it's the grave traps that are worse because the grave traps can be sitting there all game, and the person who has mastered the grave trap style will wait until the opponent burns himself out of their resources, and then pretty much will explode on them without warning. Plants is kind of obvious though. Plants it's obvious. Zombies and the variants that mix with them are not obvious. Stuff like also Flamvel, believe it or not, is also a bomb. Flamvel and Laval is also another grave trap kind of deal with their monsters because they'll keep dumping monsters and then setting up their win conditions to kill you or blow your stuff up. Same thing with some steel sworns as well. Those think that Needle is also kind of a grave trap monster. There's a lot of them, but zombies, above all things, have been notorious for it. Notorious for surprising people. There's also a lot of stuff that resolves in grave, i.e., zombies, the plant engine, the Destiny Hero engine, and anything that would resolve in grave that will mess you up really. That will mess you up really bad. As far as I'm concerned, as far as my style, I'm a grave trap person. Like I said, the thing about the grave trap style is that when you play it, you play like it's a control. You don't overextend unnecessarily. You use your brain, you wait for your opponent to burn themselves out, and then explode when you need it. Also, another topic I'm talking about that I recently came across. I saw it in store about small screening, legal small screening. One of the homies from the local game store in Vegas talked to me about it. He was like, "You'll lose respect on that. Respect, it's not clear, but basically, you'll lose respect because you small screen against your opponent." My response was that I could care less. When I'm playing in a serious tournament or I'm playing for regional, I'm going for the win. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it legally without cheating. I'm gonna do it right. I gives a crap about your respect for me. I love haters. Okay. The more you hate me, the more popular I get. Okay. That's how I feel about it. It's like, what, you salty about it? And that's another issue. People getting really, really salty because you beat them with an original and unknown deck style or one that was forgotten, i.e., Dark Synchro. And then they get really, really salty. Apparently, I've seen that online. I think I witnessed once I witnessed a what I call a nigga moment for like 30 minutes. This went on 30 minutes. I went and got coffee, got some food, ate, and pretty much watched the whole thing while I was watching the Boondocks at the same time in the background. But yes, yes, yes. But that's what's going on. I'm like, yo, so many people get really, really salty online, and some will stall to cheat, or they'll stall because they're getting their butts beat, or they'll call an admin on you. Like first of all, if you can't handle getting lost, you really need to go get laid. Seriously, if you're having that much difficulty with a simple online game, you need to get laid. Okay, because it's stupid. You need to get slapped and get laid because it's dumb. It's dumb as hell, man. Come on, bro. Really? Come on, really. But like I said, it was it's just stupid. People getting hella salty for you beating their $1,000 decks that half of these people don't even own online, and that's another thing that bothers the shit out of me. Well, like I said, I think people was like they just run the shit, but the problem is they don't own half the cards. Because let's face it, people, if let's face it, half of y'all couldn't even own the shit. Okay, half y'all couldn't own it because it would cost way, way too much money. I mean, way too much. Also, other news from what I've been hearing, that Brionic is getting reprinted in another card. I'm not exactly sure. If somebody can point me to a link, please let me know, PM me, or comment on this video. But that's excuse me. Let me tell you. But that's my theory on. That's my thesis on it. It's just hand traps. Hand traps are obvious. They're obvious. It's the graveyard traps that are worse. The graveyard traps are worse because it's what I call it's setting up your key plays to kill a person outright, just destroy them. But that's how I feel about it. Anyways, this is the legendary Gravekeepersven signing out. And remember, if it ain't epic, I don't play it, sucker. Man, people really get salty over zombies. Sheesh. Why? They're just mad as hell. Peace.